All right, I'm not going to waste your time. You have to say yes and fucking mean it. You're only going to end up doing and experiencing fun shit if you actually say yes to things. And it's always going to be more comfortable not to, right? To stay in your home and do the things that you always do, talk to the people that you always talk to, your mom. But trying things that you even think that you won't like is going to give you so much fun, exciting, new experiences in your life. And this is how you're going to make way more friends and way more memories. And it's not going to feel like every day is just a drag. And to get these new experiences in your life, you have to go out and seek them. You can't just wait for them to come into your life. You have to go out and find them. You have to keep an eye out, because even right now, you're in the habit of just saying no to things and you don't even realize it. I know this because I was like this. I didn't realize it for the longest time, but like I would just say no to things because I was like, I have this thing I have to do. I want to meal prep tonight. When in reality, I could push meal prep back for an hour so that I can go out and like go on a date, bro. It's not that big. You were just not wanting to get out of your routine and comfort zone. So how do you find these new experiences? Go into coffee shops. Look at what's happening. If they have a place where things are posted in the community, go look at that. Follow local places in your town on social media. See what they're doing. Is there a karaoke night? Is there a club you're interested in nearby? You can also just literally walk up to people who look cool and say, hey, what's going on? What are you doing around here? What are cool things to do? I'm trying to find new things to get out of my comfort zone. And then they tell you these things and you're like, oh my God, that's so sick. Do you mind if I join? Ah, there's a new fucking friend right there. Next thing to have a sick time anywhere that you go, you need to start building your courage now. So a couple days ago, right? Last Saturday, I went out rafting with some friends, and I'm usually not huge on rafting, but I had an amazing time because I made it an amazing time, because I just have a sick time anywhere I go now. I was on this rafting trip and there were people jumping off this rock, right? Cliff jumping. We stopped at the side and we went cliff jumping, and people were like nervous to do it. They were afraid to do it. And I had people yelling at me, go up on the big one, don't do the small one. And I was like, yeah, of course. And I jumped off it without any fear or any hesitation. And I was encouraging others. I was like, come on, come on, come on. You got to do this. It's so fun. It's so fun. And I brought so much energy and courage to the group. And I encouraged everyone else to do this really fun thing that made them feel proud of themselves, because it was a somewhat quote unquote scary thing to do. But it wasn't scary to me because I'd been cliff jumping before. I jumped off of a cliff that was twice that high. And so this one was nothing because I had built my courage earlier. And so I brought this positive, amazing energy to the group of pushing each other. Building your courage creates stories because you're doing shit out of your comfort zone and out of everyone else's comfort zone too. Other people are like, wow, you really did that? You went skydiving? You went cliff jumping? This makes you into a bold leader, a social person, and it helps out in every other aspect of your life. Because where is one situation that courage is not going to help you? The next thing that you have to have is a fuck it, we ball mentality. And I might argue that this is the most important, because you have to do things that are uncomfortable on purpose. And you have to do them often, because these are the things that are going to create sick memories. I'll give you an example of this. This was a day before I went rafting. The night before, we had to wake up at 7 a.m. And I knew that in the morning. So I was like, okay, Ian, because I was hanging out with Ian. I was like, let's just go get Cookout. Let's go to bed. Cookout is like it's like a burger chain on the East Coast of the US. So we went to Cookout. Got Cookout. I was like, yes, finally, a freaking quesadilla, man. Now that I've eaten this, I am full, and I'm ready to go to sleep. And then Ian was like, why don't we just drive downtown real quick? And I said, okay, yeah, fuck it, we ball. And so we drove downtown where we ate our food instead of eating just in like his apartment, which was already more fun because it was different scenery, right? And then we saw one of the bars was open, and this is a new bar that I'd never been to because I hadn't been back in town in a few months. And I hadn't been there, and I was like, man, it'd be kind of cool if we checked out Breadheads right now. And Ian was like, okay, you know what? Fuck it, we ball, let's do it. And so we did, and we ended up getting into a mosh pit in a Screamo concert. How would we have known that that would have happened? We wouldn't have, unless we checked it out. And then after that, we just started walking around downtown because fuck it, we ball. And then I was like, okay, what if we just go to the river real quick? I know this really cool spot. We can just hang out and vibe for a little bit, and then we can go back. And so we went to the river. We were having a great time, dude, just chilling. And then we were like, okay, it's midnight. We're at this river. What if we just get in? And so of course I said, fuck it, we ball. And so now Ian and I have videos on our phone of us just getting in this river and like wincing at how cold it is.
It's very warm.
And just getting so hyped up because we're both doing this really hard thing together. Shirtless in a river at midnight just because why not? And then we said, after we're all soaking wet and we're putting our clothes back on, we were drenched. We were like, what if we go to the bars one more time, just soaking wet, just because for no reason? And we did. And every person we walked up to was like, why are you soaking wet? And I'm just having a bad day. When you walk up to people and you say that, bro, that's exciting. That's fun. You were bringing good, positive energy. You were bringing abstract vibes. And people love that. And I loved doing that, right? That was so fun for me. It was so fun for everyone else. And this is just the example of a random situation that you can get into when you were just wildly in this fuck it, we ball mentality. The point of this is to push yourself to your masculine edge, right? And what that means whenever you are on the edge is like the edge of your comfort zone. So if you're comfortable with this and then you start doing this, you're going to grow and you're going to become comfortable with this over time. You're always going to be growing. You're always going to be getting used to new things and you're going to become a more experienced, courageous, fun person because of it. That's the kind of guy I want you to be. And don't lie to me, that's the kind of guy you want to be too. Next, gratitude journal. Practicing gratitude literally changes how your mind works. You start seeing the amazing things that are happening around you daily that you are taking for granted. And on top of that, it no longer feels like every single day is the same. If you're starting to get in that rut of feeling like you don't notice the difference between day to day, it's because you aren't noticing the nuance of the tiny things around you, of the bird that just landed on that branch right next to you when you were walking to work. Dude, what a cute bird. That's so colorful. I've never seen a bird like that before. Oh my God, the sun feels really good on my arm right now. This is like the perfect temperature outside. When you start having these thoughts and you start thinking like this, you become such a good person to spend time with. Because not only are you going to notice these little tiny things that are happening in your day to day, you're absolutely going to notice the big things. Whenever someone does something for you, like someone brings you a Snicker bar just because they were thinking of you, you're going to be like, thanks, dude, that was really kind of you. And you're going to start doing those things to other people too. You just bring this amazing energy. And now I am a ruthlessly positive person because of this, because I've been doing this for years now. And each month it feels like my life is getting better and better and better. So write down 3 things that you are grateful for as soon as you wake up every morning for the rest of your life. Next to having a sick time anywhere, connect with strangers in every situation and be open to meeting every single person. You don't have to continue to hang out with every person, right? But at least be open to meeting them, because making friends is literally sales, because you sort through every person that you're meeting until you hit the ones where you are like, I like him and I want to spend more time with him. And you're going to meet a lot of people who don't fit that criteria, and that's okay, because you can still be kind, you can still bring positivity and joy into their life, and they can bring it into yours. You just know that you guys aren't going to vibe together for a long time, and that's cool. You'll find more people who you do want to vibe with. And meeting strangers isn't even that hard for you anymore, because now you don't have the mindset going into conversations where you're thinking, I hope they like me. Now you are thinking, I hope that I like them. I hope they impress me. When you start doing these small things, you are not only going to start having a sick time anywhere that you go, but other people are going to start having a sick time around you too, and you're going to become magnetic. Imagine how great it is going to feel for a second whenever you are the center of the room. You are the one lighting up everyone around you. And you can just tell, right? Everyone is so glad that you were there and that you are bringing the energy. Imagine how good that's going to feel, knowing that you are now that guy. If you're in my gang, you already know my story. This is the point where I have gotten to. And it genuinely feels fucking amazing. Don't forget what you've learned in this video and just keep binge watching. Write on a sticky note, fuck it, we ball, and just put it up in front of you. Because if you were thinking fuck it, we ball in every interaction you have for the next week, I guarantee your life is going to look different. Meet life with aggression and positivity. And act now and become unstoppable.